Welcome home to St. Anne's. We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.
Please be seated. Sorry, you guys are still standing there. I just launch into talking because that's the story of my life. And he's like, "Are you okay?" Because there are a couple things that make MS go crazy. As some of you know, there are a couple things that make MS go crazy. Heat, if I get really hot, which is why August in Missouri, I'm mean. Ask my family, I'm mean in August. Stress is definitely one. And if I'm really, really tired. And he said, "Are you exhausted? Did you overdo it yesterday?" Because it was Galentine's yesterday, which is epic in my house. We really celebrate Galentine's. And I was like, "No, I didn't." And he's like, "Are you stressed?" And I was like, "I feel really anxious today. I feel really, really anxious about annual meeting," which is stupid because I spend every Sunday with you guys, and it's dumb that I would be anxious about it, especially because the annual meeting this year is super awesome. And Curtis was like, "You're probably not used to actually having no bad things to tell the parish." No. You guys all know that normally annual meeting is my come to Jesus. Okay, y'all. But I don't have anything this year. We've had an amazing year, and we have an amazing year planned. So we'll talk about that during annual meeting. So I don't know why I'm anxious. It's stupid, but anxiety has never paid attention to logic. So yeah, I'm like, it is what it is. So let's talk about the gospel real fast. To be honest, I'm going to try and keep things brief because we do have an annual meeting, and I know we're looking forward to Ted's chili. So I don't want to be the one who gets in between us and Ted's chili. I'm all about safety and self-preservation, people. But the gospel, I want to talk about it because I think sometimes it is hard for us in our time and in place to understand what's going on in scriptures. So sometimes I think it's important for us to pull out what's going on in scriptures and see if it can make a little bit more sense to us. So my favorite is the Gideons. I adore the Gideons because they decided that the Old Testament was stupid and nobody needed a copy of it. Anyone familiar with the Gideon Bible? Okay, so last year I worked in Liberty. So my commute was all the way down to 91. And in the park, and I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but I really like coffee. I know, shocking. You're like, "What? Who knew that? I thought you were a tea drinker." Okay, anyway, there's a Scooters as you go through Independence on 291. And that Scooters was kind of in my brain, the halfway mark between my school and my getting home. So I stopped at that Scooters a lot. And there was a fun little person there who'd like to hand out Bibles. And I was like, "No, I don't need a Bible. I just came for my coffee. I'm just looking for espresso, people. I don't need to be saved." But anyway, so they chop the Old Testament off. This was Thomas Jefferson's thing too. Thomas Jefferson wrote his own Bible because why not? I was like, "Dude, you might want to practice it." But who wants to practice it when you can just write your own? So dude chopped off the Old Testament. And one of the big fads for us is in secular Christianity be like, "Well, we don't need all the scriptures because Jesus came and now we got buddy Jesus. We don't need all that other stuff." No buddy Jesus fans here. Okay, never mind. It was a reference. Oh, you're right. It is Finger Jesus. Finger guns, yes. I know. If you have not seen Dogma, this is your assignment. If you have not seen Dogma, you need to watch Dogma. And you will never hear me. I give all sorts of book recommendations, right? But you rarely will hear a watch something recommendation from me. But Dogma, do it. Do it now. Well, I mean, not right now. Do it after chili this afternoon. So what we like to do is we like to pull things out that we don't want. And Jesus makes it very clear. I didn't come to act like this stuff didn't matter. I came because this is a part of all of this, that everything is all together. Anyone in your personal life want to cut out parts of it that you don't like? Yeah. We all have those stories or that bad relationship or that poor decision. I literally have a lot of conversations with middle schoolers. I had to come to Jesus with one this week. And she's like, I made a lot of mistakes. I was like, sure have. And I was like, here's the deal. The decisions, you are very, very lucky that the decisions that you made this weekend aren't going to have long-term repercussions. You are very, very lucky. And I'm here to tell you, this is my come to Jesus with you. Get it together now. Because someday, this is going to be a story. Any AJR fans here? 100 bad days made 100 good stories. Okay, so this is super, super important because you and I like to segment pieces out and say, I'm going to cover this up. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to undo it. Jesus came and fulfilled it. That's all, that was my pre-found Jesus life. Or whatever it is that we do. And Jesus comes to us and says, no, all of it matters. The Old Testament matters. Because unless you've got those stories, you don't understand where we're going. Unless we've examined all of it, all of our lives, we don't understand where we're going. Every decision, everything matters. It will create the person that God is calling you to be. And it will seem stupid if you think that I was happy 8 years ago when I fired myself here and went back to school. I'm here to tell you, I was angry. I was angry and I was bitter and I didn't want to do it. But is it who we are? Is it a part of our story here? Is it a part of the story that allowed me to sit in front of a kid who literally said, I wish somebody had said this to me 5 years ago, but you're the first person in my life who's ever believed in me and said that I could get out of this? Yeah. Every piece of your story matters. Don't undo any of it. No, don't repeat all of it. And I literally said to the student, you think I don't have stories? I have stories that could have ended very, very badly. But now they're funny and they're sermon fodder. I know. College could have gone many, many different directions. Let's all be glad it resulted in Caroline and Wesley. It might not have. Lucy can attest. There are some interesting stories. All of that matters because all of that leads to now. And it is all of that that God uses. There is not one jot, one iota that is meant to be taken away. And the beauty of the salt image is because it's ridiculous. The beauty of his image of a bushel basket over the light, and I think we forget it. Salt can't lose its saltiness. It's a rock. Okay? Thousands and the geology people in here. I wish Katie were here because Katie would be like, geologist right here, I got you. But Katie's not here today, so somebody yell at Katie next week. And be like, Meg was making geology points and she totally got them wrong. And Cindy Sheets is over at St. Paul's. She could do the same thing for me today. Whatever. Salt can't lose its saltiness. You don't cover a bushel basket over a light. You just don't. It's stupid. It's stupid. Okay, Jesus is ironic. Jesus is a comedian. Jesus would love dogma. Okay? Jesus will speak in these stories, but sometimes we miss them because we don't get the references because I don't know if you've noticed, but we don't live in the same culture time period. Anyone pick that up? Yeah, I know. We think Jesus was a Missourian. Brown hair, blue-eyed Missourian. Not. It's stupid. The images that Jesus is using are stupid, and the people that he's speaking to know that they're stupid and ironic. It is stupid and ironic that you and I try to undo Scripture, that we try to undo our own stories, that we try to clean up history and whitewash it. That's stupid. Because all of it matters. All the dumb decisions that America has made in the past matter today. 1619 matters. Our dumb decisions about putting people into prison when they shouldn't have been there matter today. All of those things matter. Section 11, what was it, the 11 order? Order 11. Order 11. I know the Missourians know it. The border war people know it. The Iowan is like, "Rah." Order 11 matters. All these things matter. Your story matters. All your decisions, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, they all matter. Don't try to undo them. Don't try to undo them. Don't try and hide them away. And stay for chili. Okay, so if you don't like dogma, then you won't like lamb. And lamb is my book recommendation.
We want you to know that you're welcome to join
Anyone
us
read
at
Lamb?
10 a.m. on Sundays.
Yes. Oh
Please
my
be
gosh,
sure to
so
hit
good.
subscribe to receive
So
our
good.
sermons.
So if
We
you need
can't
a book
wait to meet you.
recommendation, the library reading challenge, lamb. And if you don't like lamb,